Old woman, this was the Johnson Group. How dare you set up a stall here? Get lost.
I'm just passing by.
Auntie, are you all right? Do you need to go to the hospital?
I'm fine. Thank you, miss.
Apologize?
Who do you think you are? How dare you ask me to apologize? Who do you think you are?
If you don't apologize today, believe it or not, I'll make a complaint to Johnson Group.
Go and complain. My brother is the Human Resources Director of Johnson Group. Director, do you understand? Am I scared of you?
Director, so I am. The fiancée of the president of Johnson Group. If you don't apologize today, believe it or not, I'll ask my boyfriend to let you disappear right now.
You can say whatever you want.
I can go and prove it to you now.
All right. I apologize. Sorry. Okay.
I'm fine. Young lady, thank you so much.
I'm fine.
I'll go.
The fiancé of the CEO of Johnson Group. I really dared to think about it. He really dared to believe it. I'm gonna be late for the interview.
Mr. Johnson, do you need me to warn the lady who pretended to be your fiancé?
No need. Just investigate what the relationship between the Human Resources Director and the security guard is if it were true. Then let them both get lost.
Sure, I got it.
Wait. Wait.
Miss, this lift was reserved for...
Come in.
Thank you. I'm gonna be late for my interview.
Miss, which floor are you going to?
The 15th floor? What a coincidence. From now on, we'll be colleagues. He's so handsome, hard-boiled as he is. Please, the lift should be faster.
Let's go downstairs.
You?
How come you are here?
Who is she?
Just an unfamiliar friend.
What did you say?
Let go.
Who the hell is she?
I'm his girlfriend.
Shut up. Anne Reed, who do you think you are? You're just one of my toys. Do you really think that I like you? His family is poor. Other than her looks, she has nothing else. I just snap my fingers. You will come over with your tail wagging. Now since I graduated, I want to break up with you. Don't pester me again. Let's go.
What a pity.
I might as well tell you one more thing. The dishes you cooked, I fed them to the dogs.
I'm fine. I have to bring food to my boyfriend soon. The food will be cold. He'll get sick after eating it. Thank you. Wait a minute.
What?
You need remember, I, Anne Reed, don't want you. It's not up to you to break up with him.
You.
As well, someone like you who clings to the rich and powerful missed the opportunity. It was normal to behave like this.
What? Do you want to have a try? I wish you have a lot of children and grandchildren, but you yourself is infertile.
You?
Don't be too arrogant. How come she comes to the Johnson Group?
You're here for an interview, right? Before I wanted to work at the Johnson Group.
How dare she provoke me? She definitely doesn't know my dad is the vice president of Johnson Group. In your interviewees, is there a girl named Anne Reed?
Yes.
Don't give her any chance. Just disqualify here.
But
I'll tell my dad. Let him find an opportunity to promote you. Anne Reed, can you imagine? I can destroy you easily. So many years of hard work. If you want to blame someone, blame yourself. You've messed with someone you shouldn't have.
Go to the personnel department. Send the young lady we met in the lift in to work as my personal assistant.
Mr. Johnson?
Why are you so nervous when seeing me?
Nothing. I just think I have no work experience. Maybe not good enough for this position? Mr. Johnson? Although you're very handsome, but I can't accept unwritten rules either.
Didn't you say that? I am your fiancé?
How did you know?
What are you looking forward to?
Nothing.
It would be best if there wasn't. I hate others the most if they approach me with a purpose. You're qualified?
Are you sure, Mr. Johnson? Let her go straight in? Anne Reed, what are you doing? She couldn't seduce Paul. Is she coming to seduce Charles now?
Why did you come in without knocking the door?
Charles, don't be bewitched by this woman. She had specifically chosen the rich to approach.
Shut up. Am I very close to you?
I am Anne Reed. Nice to see you. I haven't thanked you properly yesterday. Help me collect garbage.
You bitch. You.
I want to report to Mr. Johnson. Someone here hasn't brushed her teeth. And she even polluted the office.
All right, Melissa. You can leave now. Your father is a shareholder of the company. But you're not. You're just a lowly employee. From now on, you're forbidden from entering the president's office.
But...
Don't force me to drive you out of Johnson Group.
Bitch, just wait.
Thanks you, Mr. Johnson, for helping me out.
Is there any conflict between the two of you?
No. She even is my great benefactor. Mr. Johnson, didn't you say that? You were going to let me be your personal secretary? I agreed.
It's not that simple?
Do you have any other requirements?
Of course. I want you to officially become my fiancé.
Anne Reed, how dare she hit on Charles Johnson?
What? She didn't have the guts.
I saw it with my own eyes.
What should we do if Anne Reed hooked up with Charles Johnson, then take revenge on us? Isn't it just like crushing an ant with a foot?
Does she think it would be so easy to marry into a wealthy family? I heard my dad say Charles's mother had very high expectations for his daughter-in-law. For all these years, how many noble ladies were there? None of them impressed him. She is just a country bumpkin. I'll tell Rick now to Charles's mother, the higher she flies now, the harder she will fall.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson. Let me wipe it for you.
Enough. What are you groping? All right, just go away. Buy me a suit.
Leave it to me, Mr. Johnson. It's all my fault. I hope you can give me a chance to make up for his mistake.
The PD next door would do?
No problem.
Mr. Johnson? You all are custom-made clothes. What if it doesn't fit?
Make do with it.
However, for PD...
Its price is low and the quality is average, but its style was okay.
For you, the price may be a little low, but for Anne Reed, this?
I'll deliver the card.
Actually, I can do it myself.
What's wrong with you? Do you want me to take you to the hospital?
No need. I have low blood sugar.
How about now? Are you feeling better? Should I call an ambulance for you?
I'm fine. I'm much better now, thanks. Your name is Anne Reed?
Yes, Auntie. How did you know?
This girl? I'd know like what Melissa said, a so-called vixen.
Auntie, this? Take it. In the future, I have to store more of these.
Ah, okay. How much is this?
Never mind, no need. It doesn't cost. I still have some. I have some work to do. Take care.
I think this girl is pretty nice.
What a bad luck. Hello, I need a suit for a gentleman about 185 centimeters tall.
I happen to have one here. A suitable one. Please wait a moment.
Okay.
Yo, isn't this your ex-girlfriend? When do you have the guts to shop in this kind of shop?
Anne Reed, don't think that because you've hooked up with Charles Johnson you can do anything you wish, someone like you. Don't dream about marrying into Johnson family. Stop dreaming.
Do you keep dogs in your store? Why do they like barking so much?
Hello, the total is 180,000 yuan.
So expensive.
It seems that Charles didn't give you a card. Are you trying to pay yourself? Paying yourself means you need to have money.
I'll pay for you.
What did you say? Do you think I don't exist?
Don't be angry. Haven't you been feeling unwell recently? Ask her to stay with me tonight. When dating, she only allowed me to hold her hand. 180,000 yuan a night with me. I'm afraid in the whole Chicago, you're the most expensive.
Of course I'm clean. Because I know that I should keep my integrity. People like you two who have the same values, anyone can sleep with you, right? Oh right, aren't you feeling unwell? Could it be some shameful STDs? You must go to see a doctor earlier. Don't hide your illness from doctors.
You're putting on airs. What's the point? I think you just want to be a gold digger. Get lost if you can't afford it. I think Charles doesn't take you seriously at all.
Really? Really? Why didn't I know I didn't take my fiancée seriously? Being my fiancée. Help me block all the blind dates. You can be the secretary of Mr. Johnson and have 100,000 yuan per month as a bonus until you meet someone you like, or maybe I meet someone I like. You can terminate the agreement immediately.
Okay.
I agree with the announcement of marriage. I hope that at the end of day you won't break the contract.
Rest assured, since I promised, I won't go back on my word.
Fiancé?
Johnson. Mr. Johnson, are you kidding me?
Do you think I have nothing to do?
Mr. Johnson, it was completely an accident. The two women quarreled with each other. I can't stop it. Look.
A quarrel between women? They're out to lunch. I can't tell. She's here to buy clothes for me. You can make up anything? How many times have I told you to remember to bring your card when you go out?
So cool.
Why can't you remember?
Left in a hurry and forgot.
This is a high-level black card, without a preset credit limit worldwide. He actually really gave it to her.
Mr. Johnson, I won't disturb you and your wife going shopping.
Stop. Apologize. Apologize.
Mr. Johnson, I'm sorry. What I just said was all my own speculation.
Apologize to me?
I'm sorry, Miss Reed.
Just now when Miss Joe was cursing. Aren't you very loud? Why is your voice so low now? Are you tired?
Bitch, how dare you humiliate me like this? I'm sorry, Miss Reed. I was wrong.
I don't think your clothes are cheap either. Otherwise I'll pay for you.
No worries. No need to bother the president's wife.
I'll pay myself. I don't need you to sleep with whichever sister for one night as long as you go downstairs of the Johnson group, shouting for 10 minutes that I'm a jerk. How was it?
Anne Reed, I'm sorry for what I did just now. I apologize to you. For the sake of the relationship between us.
Well, stop. What did I ever have to do with you? I was blind, fortunately. Now, I have my husband. Help me take care of my eyes.
Do as she says, otherwise the Johnson group and the Paul group will be impossible to cooperation again?
Hey. Why did you have to provoke her?
How could I know that she would be so fast to let Charles like her?
It must be cuckolding me long ago.
I won't let it off so easily. I don't believe Johnson family will accept her so easily. I don't know if Charles's mother is in the company now. I told her about this before. No, I have to send another message.
Thank you for today. For the money paid to Paul Lennon, you can deduct it from my salary.
No worries.
No, how could I be so casual to spend your money?
You can consider it as buying clothes for your ex-boyfriend.
No,
As my fiancé, there's one more thing. Which is before the agreement ends, you're not allowed to. An inappropriate relationship with another man.
All right.
Mom, why are you here?
If I didn't come, how did I know you have one more, fiancé?
Auntie, so it's you.
You knew each other. Mom. Don't make things difficult for Anne Reed. Between us, I was the one who initiated it.
Take the initiative for what I'm here today to tell you. Right now, go on a blind date with me. Since you don't like the daughter of the Nancy group, then I will find you another one. But it's definitely not her.
Auntie, you misunderstood.
I don't want anyone else. I only like her, Mom. If you don't accept her, I will never get married in my life.
Smart. Auntie would definitely not agree. Let's get married. For the time being, there's no need to worry about this matter.
Are you sure? You're going to marry this girl?
Yes.
Well, I agree, but today you must go get the marriage certificate.
Is the household register book with you?
When we discussed this before, there was no such an issue.
I know, this comes with extra money?
No, I haven't made up my mind yet to get married. Hey, Mom.
I need 200,000 yen for the operation. What should I do?
Mom, don't worry. Send me the address. I'll be right there. I can agree to marry you. But can you lend me 200,000 first?
Well, as long as you help me get through this crisis.
Then when can we divorce on...
It depends.
What are you waiting for? The Civil Affairs Bureau is off work in a moment.
Right now.
Hurry up.
Mom?
Well, that's great. Come, let's go back first to meet grandfather and grandmother.
Madam, I still have something to do. Could it be a little late?
Why does this young man have so much to do? All right, then I'll go back first. After you guys finish your stuff, come back immediately. Oh, by the way, remember next time you should call me Mom.
Let me see you off.
No worries. I'll just take a taxi.
Just use the card if you need money. Send me to Nanshan Hospital.
Your family doesn't have any money. We might as well give up. Even if cured, he'll be also disabled. I'll make up for you with a handsome amount of money. When Mr. Reed dies, you and your daughter can still live a nice life.
Aren't you unwilling to pay the following treatment fee? But this is about a human life. How could you be so vicious?
Stinky bitch. I gave you face, but you didn't want it. Stinky bitch. I gave you face, but you didn't want it.
Mom. Are you all right?
All right.
Let's go pay the bill.
Stop them all, quick.
How dare you? Believe it or not, I'll call the police.
Do you think I'm afraid of you, little bitch? Try me. Tomorrow, I'll get someone to kill you.
Shameless person, let's go. My dad's today will be your tomorrow. How dare you guys risk your life for a deranged person one day when you're caught in trouble? Aren't you afraid? They will do the same. To your family. Let's go?
You don't want your wages anymore. Chase them, quick. Who? Let me go.
First.
Go.
I advise you, a gigolo boy, stay out of this. Humph. I knew it. You're this kind of rubbish? Looking threatening but coward, in fact.
Go. I'll take responsibility for crippling him.
Yes?
Stop beating.
I'm just afraid of dirting my hands.
And your dad will be fine, really.
Mom, it'll be fine.
I've already consulted the best doctor in the hospital. Don't worry.
And this is?
Mom, this is the boss from my new company. He was the one who lent me today's medical expenses.
You're such a good person. Thank you for your great kindness. Great kindness.
You're welcome. In fact, Anne Reed and I had already...
Mom, we've already signed the contract. Don't worry. In the future, I work for him. I'll definitely be able to pay him back.
Fine then, you need work hard. Don't fail Mr. Johnson's kindness.
Mom, we need go out and talk about work-related matters.
All right, just go.
Is it such a shame for you to let her know the truth?
No, it's not that. Anyway, we'll divorce sooner or later. I don't want them to be disappointed at the end of the day. And you know, my family are all ordinary persons. I will.
Remember what you said. You'd better nice to me, don't dream about anything. Mom.
After dinner, you must bring Anne back today.
Return to the hospital.
Yes.
Why are you here again?
You don't welcome back.
No. Thank you for helping my dad apply for a VIP ward.
Let me help you hire 2 nurses' aides.
It's unnecessary.
Those people don't dare to come again. There's no longer a threat you remind your mother to. Remember to have a good rest. Right, today you must. Come home with me.
Must it be today?
Yes, I want to check it out, if it is worth my money.
Such a trouble. Well, you can wait for me in the car.
They are Grandpa and Grandma.
Hello, Grandpa and Grandma.
Mom and Dad, this is what I told you. The wife Charles married Anne.
You, which family are you from?
Grandfather, my surname is Reed.
Throughout Chicago, I've never even learned which wealthy family's surname is Reed. You're not from around here?
I am from Chicago.
Grandfather and grandmother were already here. I had thought she was a daughter from a wealthy family. What a grand occasion. It turned out that...
Too noisy, can you shut up?
Charles, don't you remember me when I was a child? You even held me in your arms, Grandpa. Even arranged marriage between us.
I'm sorry. I can never remember these unimportant things.
Charles, don't you remember me? You even held me in your arms when I was a child, Grandpa. Even arranged a baby betrothal for us.
I'm sorry, I can never remember these unimportant things.
All right, let's not talk anymore. Let's go eat. Come here, Mom.
This girl looks so pretty. Come and eat.
How long have you known each other, Charles?
2 or 3 days.
We are preparing to get married for 2 or 3 days. Actually, I've known Charles for a long time, but before it had always been, I'll go after him. He didn't...
Ah, your chopsticks are covered with saliva. How could you use them to give Charles food so unhygienic?
I think it's delicious.
She is of humble origin. Sure enough. She doesn't know etiquette?
Mindy, right?
What's up?
Mindy. Here is the Johnson family. I think the so-called upbringing means that you don't point fingers in someone else's house, otherwise I would have thought that your surname was Johnson. What do you think?
You?
What are you talking about? I've bore with you for a long time.
How dare you talk to me like that?
We had an agreement. Let's see how you behave today.
I can do whatever I want.
As long as it's not illegal, let those flies go as far as possible.
Then how should I talk to you? Should I worship like a god? I don't mind worshiping you. But do you deserve that?
You're too uncouth. Grandfather, grandmother, look at her. How could she appear in public? She was not worthy of Charles at all.
Mindy, who do you think you are? Why do you always want to be in the limelight?
Enough! So noisy, it's embarrassing.
Well, eat.
I think Anne's different character is very appropriate for our family. If she has something in mind, she just says it. I like it very much.
Humph, of course you're satisfied. Having searched the entire Chicago, you finally chose this girl for me as my granddaughter-in-law. Mindy, don't be angry. Charles, a brat, disrespectful to the elders, married in haste. I'll take care of him later. Listen up, the two of you. About your marriage, I haven't agreed yet, Miss Reed. You can understand, right?
Grandpa.
Don't say anything now. I heard that Miss Reed was your secretary. Mindy is also a graduate of Haida University. From tomorrow on, she'll go to your company as your secretary.
I knew it. I won't fail so easily. I have a chance. Don't worry, Charles. I'll do my best.
Grandpa, I think this is not good.
How dare you? You haven't married into Johnson family yet.
Dad, don't worry. Let's hear what Anne has to say first.
Johnson Group is not an ordinary company. The recruitment requires a series of tests. What's more, for an important position like secretary, how could you just give somebody in such a casual way?
Aren't you just afraid? After I join the company, I will steal the attention of Charles.
Grandfather, listen up. Mindy wants to join Johnson Group not for work, just for a man.
It was just a slip of tongue.
If that's the case, let's get back to the point. Let me introduce myself first. I graduated from the finance department of Nanda University, 4 national awards winners in a row. I can speak English, Japanese, French, Russian, and Spanish, 5 languages. I passed TMATE. Mindy is so confident. Please introduce yourself as well.
I didn't expect my wife to be so talented. She doesn't only have a pretty face.
I believe Johnson Group attaches more importance to abilities instead of educational background.
We naturally value one's abilities, honey. Would you mind bringing some documents for me?
Okay.
I heard that Mindy went abroad to study. Johnson Group often needs do business with many international companies. Since you're eager to prove your abilities, as long as you translated the first page, I'll raise my both hands to welcome you to join Johnson Group.
It's so confusing. What's the hell is that?
Good heavens, Mindy. You don't even know these, do you?
Grandfather, Miss Reed has gone too far. She has been humiliating me the whole time.
What Anne said is just what I want to say. There was nothing wrong with it.
Mindy, this position is indeed not suitable for you.
Grandfather and grandmother, Mrs. Johnson, something has come up. I've got to go.
Dad, aren't you going to eat? It was too late today. Don't go back.
I'm done.
We have to sleep in the same room.
Otherwise, you are the first daughter-in-law accepted by my mother. If we sleep in separate rooms on the first day of our wedding, what would she think?
Then you sleep on the sofa.
I'm your boss.
Then I sleep on the sofa.
Mom.
Son, I'm afraid because it's the first time you come back, you can't have a good rest. Here are 2 cups of soothing tea.
All right, give them to me.
I made them for you personally. I can't leave until I watch you drink.
All right, Mom. Go to bed early.
All right, you guys should rest early too. My grandson is coming soon.
What's wrong with me? My brain and body seem to be out of control.
What do you want? You want to be a female hooligan?
I didn't do it on purpose. I can't control myself. I'll go find another place to sleep.
It must be my mom.
Is anyone there? Open the door. You? What are you doing?
Taking a shower. You asked for it.
You're so handsome, I won't be the one to suffer if we divorce?
What the hell are you doing?
So sorry, I was at loss just now.
Tell me how you will be responsible for this?
I will. I'll take responsibility.
Last night you took the initiative to kiss me. Shouldn't you take responsibility for it?
But we're already married.
It's also illegal to force someone in marriage.
Then tell me.
Then in the future you are not allowed to start a divorce casually. I'm the only one who can start a divorce.
Why do I feel something weird? Mom? I brought some food. Have some first. My dad hasn't woken up yet.
The doctor said that he would soon. What are you doing here? Just me here is enough. Go to work now. Well, so much money and the medical expenses. We won't be able to pay back in a short time.
Mom, don't worry. My boss told me that this was an occupational disease. You can ask for compensation.
Is that true? That would be great. If we get the compensation, we need pay him back ASAP.
Don't worry about it.
Stop. It was she who brought that gigolo to mess with me. Catch her.
Let go of me. Do you know that this is illegal?
Let's go.
Let go of me.
Charles, I'm really sorry about what happened before.
You're affecting my work. Who is it?
It might be a telemarketing call.
Answer it. Put it on speaker.
Why did it take you so long to answer the phone? I just saw that bitch Anne Reed. She was taken away by a group of ruffians. After she lose her virginity, let's see if Charles will still protect her.
Where?
Mr. Johnson.
Let me ask you, where was Anne Reed kidnapped? Tell me.
Nanshan Hospital.
Notify all people to find where Anne Reed is immediately.
Yes.
This bitch is so lucky, but I don't know if it is too late.
Not arrogant anymore. I'm afraid no one dares to save you today, right? Even if that gigolo comes, I'll make sure he never returns?
I'm the wife of Mr. Johnson of the Johnson Group. How dare you do this to me?
The president of the Johnson Group has taken a fancy to you. Don't think I don't know. Your dad is just a migrant worker. Your mother is a housewife. No matter how outstanding you are, don't even think about stepping into Johnson family. Let me enjoy first. You guys go later? I've never tried. A college student. Ha 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 ha.
Stop!
I was the one who informed Charles about Anne Reed.
Are you all right?
Didn't you learn something from last time?
Are you fucking blind? Open your eyes wide and take a good look. This is Mr. Johnson from the Johnson Group offending him. Do you want to die?
You are really Mrs. Johnson? Sorry. I have eyes but fail to see.
Mrs. Johnson of the Johnson Group?
Please spare me. I'll take full responsibility for your father's medical expenses. 200,000. No. 500,000. 500,000. Well.
This is for you? Of course I will ask for the compensation I deserve. If an apology was useful, why would we need the police? Have you called the police?
You're a good for nothing. What a great opportunity.
I haven't asked you yet. Why are you with Charles Johnson?
It's all because my dad wants me to apologize to him.
Well, we're in trouble. Anne Reed seemed to have become the president's wife.
Impossible.
Hush. Lower your voice, kid. I heard it with my own ears. How could it be false?
I heard that last night. Mindy Walker ran out of the Johnson family crying. Could this be real? But I heard Mrs. Johnson was well known for being difficult to deal with. No, I can't let them be together. I will never allow a lowly person to step on my head.
Where is this?
This is my house today. She was frightened. Have a good rest.
Stay away from me. Don't come over. Don't come over. Don't come over. Don't come over.
Tim, Madam has a fever and she needs medicine. Go and get the medicine. Don't be afraid, I'm here.
Sir, here is the thermometer and medicine.
Leave it there. Give me the medicine. And get me another ice bag.
All right.
Here, take the medicine.
Or do I have to eat it?
Do you want me to feed you in another way?
Ah. So bitter.
Madam, don't mind me.
Get some sleep after medicine. Prepare a bowl of porridge for Madam after she wakes up.
Yes. Mr. has always been indifferent. Who knows he is so nice to his wife. Yeah, I have never thought about that.
Shoot, why did you ask me out?
I heard that you wanted to work for the Johnson Group?
Sorry, I don't have time.
But what if? How can help you join the Johnson Group?
Because?
We have a common enemy. Anne Reed?
So what? They've married.
Are you sure?
What do you think?
I didn't expect that Mrs. Liu really accepted Anne Reed, a low-status girl. As long as they haven't announced the marriage, you still have a chance. Are you gonna let Charles Johnson marry someone else without doing anything?
Okay, deal.
Wish us a pleasant cooperation.
Anne, I thought you would rest at home for a few days.
Why are you here?
Of course, for work. In the future, I'm VP Cho's secretary. Nice to meet you. Stop.
What else do you want to say?
How dare you? I'm just warning you. You'd better leave Charles as soon as possible. Otherwise, tears will be your only company.
Even so, I am still better than someone after all. You don't even have the right to cry.
You're just Brother Lou's secretary. You simply earn yourself a close place to him. But now, I'm here. There is no place for you anymore.
The mistress is declaring war on the legal wife, I thought. I am good at judging people, but it seems I am wrong. You're more shameless than I thought.
You.
There, don't be angry.
Since you saw it, why don't you come and help me?
It's boring to just talk. I have a better idea.
Perfect timing, Anne. Mr. Gu is looking for you.
Okay.
Did you make Mr. Johnson angry?
No, I didn't.
Then you have to be careful later.
Mr. Johnson, you're looking for me? Mr. Johnson, if there's nothing else, I'll go back to work first.
Stop. The fever has subsided. Didn't I tell you to rest at home? Why did you come here so soon?
This is the office. Don't let them see us.
You can't be. You don't want to be responsible for me, do you?
No.
Do you know? The way you blush only makes it harder to restrain myself.
You'd better be careful.
If I don't restrain myself, what can you do?
Mr. Johnson, your mother is here. She'll be in your office soon.
It's not like she hasn't seen us before.
I know we are husband and wife, but I don't want to let your mother feel I'm affecting your work.
You're my secretary.
I heard that Anne is with you.
Mom, she was here but left just now.
If I had known earlier, I wouldn't have hidden.
Really? Didn't you say your desk was a little small? Let me measure it for you and redesign a new one.
Oh my God.
Mom, you don't have to worry about such a trivial matter. I'll walk you downstairs.
Right. We'll celebrate Grandpa's birthday next month. He's preparing to announce your marriage, and you know, in a family like ours, divorce is not tolerated, so you had better take good care of your wife. After all, I'm very satisfied with her. Go back to your business. There's no need to send me off.
Okay. Come out, my mom is gone.
I was scared to death.
It's not an affair? What are you afraid of?
You don't understand.
Then you can tell me anyway. We have plenty of time. In the future, we can have deep communication every day.
Pervert. I forgot to ask him on grandfather's birthday whether we are going to divorce or not. Forget it, he'll let me know when the time comes.
The Johnson Group will have a social engagement tonight. Get ready. Don't tell me you want to be a parasite all the time and rely on Charles forever. You should go out and broaden your horizons so that you can be a better helper for Charles.
Johnson Group is such a big corporation. It should be enough to support me for the rest of my life, right? That being said, even if it is a social event, you are not in the position to tell me.
This is the address. Charles will be there too. This is what you should do as a secretary. It's up to you.
I should fulfill my duty. But it is a trap.
Why isn't she here yet? Are you sure they'll come?
According to Paul and her personality, she will definitely come.
Why does she have to come?
Because of work.
You are here, Charles.
Mr. Johnson.
What? You two are here to be part-time door girls?
You are going to cry later. Has everything settled?
Rest assured, everything is ready. That Zhang Degui, he is a notorious pervert. Once that bitch falls into his trap, she will be a sheep entering a tiger's mouth. All you need to do is to send Mr. Johnson away.
Mr. Johnson is so good at finding beauties, accompanied by such a beautiful assistant.
You bet. Anne, since Mr. Johnson brings you here, you must be good at drinking. Here's to you. Anne is a good drinker.
Okay.
Anne is Mr. Johnson's best helper. Today, we have to give her the highest courtesy.
Yes, yes, yes.
Yes. Cheers. To the assistant.
Enough. I'll drink with you later.
I want to go to the bathroom.
Let's go.
Mr. Johnson, why not I go there with her? Going to the ladies' room is not suitable for you.
No need?
Charles, I also have some work-related matters to ask you about.
Rest assured, I'm fine.
Anne, are you all right? Anne. You're drunk. Let me send you home, Melissa, smirking. Thinks I'm gonna send you to that old man's bed.
Want to scheme against me? You still have to learn to be smarter. As expected.
Hello?
Paul Lennon.
Why are you calling me now, miss me?
Yeah. Do you want to see me? Spring Rain Hotel, room 605. Come over in half an hour. I won't wait.
Immediately. I can screw Charles Johnson's woman. What will it be like?
If you hadn't sent me the message, I was about to look for you upstairs.
I do my own things, don't worry.
What's going on?
Your two good sisters were plotting against me. They failed.
And then?
Then, they reaped what they sowed. Let's go home.
Drive. Stop the car. Don't push yourself anymore.
You are the boss, but I feel a little sick now. I want to buy some chewing gum in the convenience store.
Let my assistant do it.
Don't bother. Help me tear it open.
Now, are you sure? Come here.
What do you want?
Isn't this what you want?
It's a careless mistake.
That is in your subconscious. You love me. If you stare at me for another minute, I'll really do something to you. I'll help dry your hair first.
Charles Johnson. When you're rogue, it's so annoying.
I'm only frivolous to you. Don't you like it?
Then can you tell me? Why me?
What?
Don't play dumb. Why you choose to marry me? Why do we have to get married?
Because you are beautiful.
I really want to believe that. But I'm not as arrogant as you. The foundation of marriage is trust.
Right? It is my mother's idea to get married. Perhaps this is the only way that I can truly take over Johnson Group. If I hadn't met you, I'd rather not get married.
Then I am more important than Johnson Group.
You can be more important. Do you want to try?
Stinky bitch, how dare you cheat on me, and you?
No, that's not it. I was set up by Anne Reed. Anne Reed? Why did you set me up?
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Still pretending not doing anything? You don't dare to admit what you've done, do you?
Oh? You mean putting you on the bed to rest? It was me, and I left after that. But the wound on your face, it wasn't me.
You did it on purpose.
What? You want to thank me? No need, you know me. I'm always willing to help others. Next time when something like this happens, please remember to call me.
Anne Reed? I'll destroy you.
Isn't she Mr. Johnson's new secretary? How dare she fight against VP Cho's daughter? Who knows? From where I stand, the new secretary is going to lose her job. Those who offended Melissa, which one of them had a good ending? She's so brave. I can't believe she's fighting back.
Are you sure? You want me to tell everyone what happened last night? Right here? I think they will like it.
What are you arguing about? Don't you have anything to do? Go back to work.
Look, VP Joe is here. He's going to punish her. Stop talking. Do you want to keep your job?
Dad, look at how arrogant she is. She even hit me in the company.
You must be Anne.
Hello, Mr. Palance.
I heard that Mr. Johnson's preference gave you the courage to bully others in the company. Is that true?
Who told you that, your daughter? Don't just focus on the voice of a few people, or you will lose the big picture. You can ask a few more people.
You really have a sharp tongue.
Dad, look at the wound on my face. It is all her fault. You must uphold justice for me today.
Useless thing. If I were you, I should be sensible enough to resign immediately and leave the company.
Do you hear that? Get out.
What if I say no?
Perhaps Mr. Johnson is interested in you now, but do you think in Johnson Group your status is higher than mine? If we two fall out, you won't end well.
VP Palance, if you really have the confidence, you won't say so much with me, will you? Sorry, I still have work to do. Bye.
Stop. You're fired. Pack up your things right now. Get lost. Security, help Miss Reed pack up her things.
Miss Reed, I'm sorry. Please tidy up by yourself. Those are your rags.
Pick it up.
What are you so arrogant about?
Hurry up and get lost. Otherwise, the security guards will force you away, then you—
What's going on?
Mr. Pallant said that he would fire me.
No, Charles. She was the one who started it.
VP Palance, please explain.
Mr. Johnson, I think this Miss Reed is not suitable to be your secretary. It's an important position. The headhunter here has helped you find some excellent, beautiful, and sexy candidates. You have lots of options.
Since when is my business decided by VP Palance?
Mr. Johnson, since Mr. Liu passed away, everything you've done has my support. If Senior Mr. Johnson was still here, I believe that he would stand with me.
Use my dad to put pressure on me? Who threw it away?
Me? I just handed it to Miss Reed. She didn't catch it herself.
Pick it up.
Miss Reed, I'm sorry.
Thanks, for helping me pick up this pile of rags.
Go get her a job.
Sure.
VP Palance, please come with me to my office. Explain this matter properly, right? Take your precious daughter with you.
Mr. Johnson!
Your daughter has been fired.
Mr. Johnson.
VP Palance, I'm just informing you. Also, if now you're not satisfied with your position, you can leave and find yourself a better job.
Just for an unimportant worker, you are fighting against me? Your dad.
Enough. My dad is gone. Stop talking about him all the time. Also, the unimportant worker you spoke of? She's my wife. Is the reason powerful enough?
What? You two are married? Impossible. Does your mother agree? Your grandfather, your grandmother?
Sorry, Mr. Palance. You might be disappointed. We have met each other's parents.
This. Mr. Johnson? It is my fault today. Is it possible?
It's impossible. VP Palance, you know what kind of person I am. If it weren't for the lasting friendship between you and my dad, this matter won't end so easily.
This. Fine. Why are you still here?
What kind of background does this Anne have? I have never thought the one who would be kicked out is this little fellow. Someone's finally teaching her a lesson. Ha 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 ha.
What's going on?
Go ahead. How to thank me?
It's up to you.
Anne, why don't you tell me that you have a boyfriend? He is here today to see your dad.
Boyfriend?
Don't worry, just wait for your recovery, haha.
Paul Lennon?
What are you doing? Paul is such a good boy to come and see your dad. Don't lose your temper.
Auntie, you're treating me like a stranger. That's Anne's personality, I don't mind.
Come with me.
Don't worry about them. Let them be. You know Anne very well. She has her own idea.
What on earth do you mean?
Anne.
You'd better keep a distance from me. Otherwise, I will call someone for help.
It was all my fault, Anne. I'm sorry. I was forced. In the past, my family was in crisis. Only Melissa's father could help us overcome it. That's why my parents asked me to be with her. I had no choice.
We broke up already. All that you've said, does it have anything to do with me?
Please forgive me, Anne. We used to be together for 3 years. Isn't our 3-year relationship less than what you and Charles Johnson have in just a few days?
Yeah, for sure.
You. Stop joking with me, Anne, I know. That bitch Melissa cheated on me. The reason you called me to go there was to let me realize what she really was and go back to you. Am I right? Now I want to be with you again.
You two really deserve each other, so shameless. I'm warning you, stop harassing my parents. Otherwise, I'll teach you a lesson. Let go of me. Why are you here?
What? Do I get in your way?
No.
How dare you?
Mr. Johnson, no, I simply ran into a small catch-up.
It seems that you really like ketchup. Go and invite Paul's parents over. Let them and their child have a good chat.
Hey, Mr. Johnson, wait. Seriously?
How about chatting the whole night? Make sure they do as told. You stand by their side, listening and recording. If they finish the talk halfway, I'll deduct your salary.
Yes. After you, Paul.
Charles Johnson, Anne Reed, you've gone too far.
Why aren't you leaving? Are you waiting for me to visit your home? Give you a chance to explain?
A dog skin plaster like you want to have something to do with us, but a person like me, once tasting delicious peaches, cannot accept rotten apricots. So, I talked to him just to warn him.
Acceptable. Wipe your hands, so dirty.
I think so.
Old Reed, he is the one I told you before. Anne's boss, your medical bills was paid by him.
Hey, don't mention it.
Mom. His name is Charles Johnson, just call him by his name.
How can I do that? Where is your boyfriend?
Boyfriend?
Paul?
Boyfriend?
That boy Paul.
Where's your boyfriend?
Mom, that's not my boyfriend. He's a pervert.
What? A pervert?
Yeah. He has been chasing after me since we were in school, imagining I was his girlfriend. I never thought he was still like that.
I told you. Our daughter Anne, if she has a boyfriend, she'll definitely tell us. You didn't believe me.
Oh, next time when he comes, don't talk to him.
Well.
People who dare bully me aren't born yet.
Hey, who are you? Get out of here.
Auntie, minutes ago you still knew me. How could this be? I'm Anne's boyfriend.
Anne doesn't have a boyfriend like you. Leave as soon as possible.
Auntie, I think you've misunderstood. I'm really Anne's boyfriend. Look at this photo. I knew that Anne had her reasons. To raise money for Uncle's treatment, she said yes to Charles Johnson's offer. The man who just came in to be his lover.
Impossible. Our daughter won't do such a thing. Old Reed, doctor.
Mom, how's my dad?
I don't have this daughter.
Mom, what's wrong with you?
Your dad and I work so hardly to let you receive education. We don't raise you to be someone's lover, you. How could you do this? Why degenerate yourself?
I don't?
What about him? Who is he? Tell me. Who can at once give someone else 200,000 yuan unconditionally simply to help others? I didn't believe it at first, but look at this. I have no choice but to believe it.
Who said that?
Does that matter? You? Are you trying to piss me off?
Auntie, calm down.
Get lost. We don't need your money. His father and I would rather die than use your filthy money.
Mom? It's not what you think, Charles Johnson and I. Married.
You're married. For 200,000 yuan, you sold yourself.
At first I did do it for money, but now I...
Get lost. Just pretend that I didn't give birth to you.
Mom...
Get lost. If you don't, I'll kill myself in front of you.
It will be fine?
If something really happens to my dad, unexpected misfortunes, what should I do?
Does it hurt?
Mr. Johnson, we just checked the surveillance video. When Paul Lennon went to see Madame's father, not long after he entered, Madame's father's illness went worse.
This bastard, how dare you look to—
Paul Lennon,
What are you doing?
I'll go find him. I kill him.
Let's go together. You stay here, the best expert in Chicago. We'll be here in a minute. If anything happens, keep me informed.
B.
I told you not to go against Lou. But you didn't listen to me. Look at this time. How much did we lose?
It's fine. We lose all our money. We can earn it back. I give them a big trouble, a hard time.
Bastard. How dare you come again?
Rest assured, Dad, they won't come to our place.
M.
Who's your son, Lou or Paul?
You don't understand?
Old Master Mr. Johnson from Johnson Group is here.
Look at what you've done. Go out and hide first. I'll take care of this.
Where are you going to hide?
I'm just afraid that this kid so blundering will offend you, Mr. Johnson.
Was it you, Paul Lennon? Was it you saying something and worsening my father's disease?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Who do you think you are, shouting in my house to—
Shut up.
Very old fool.
It doesn't matter if you don't admit it. I have the security footage.
Yeah, it was me, so what? I was just telling the truth.
How could you do that, you? Hey!
Neil.
Why bother, Mr. Johnson? Why make it such a big scene? It is not worth it.
Of all the assets of your corporation over the years, anything involving gray industry, I have evidence. Mr. Fu, are you sure you want to interfere today?
Son of a bitch. I can't save you.
Old Fu, he's your flesh and blood. If anything happens to Paul, I won't let you off.
Take him away.
Let me do it. I've already warned you. Stay away from my family.
I know I was wrong. But if you kill me, you will also violate the law. So just let me go.
Mr. Johnson, Madame's father, was saved.
And Dad is fine.
If you dare to do anything to my family again, I'll kill you myself.
Son. Are you all right? Bitch, who on earth is she? How dare she do this?
A loving mother often spoils her children. Didn't you hear that? She was called Mrs. Johnson. Tell me about it. What's going on?
Are you sure you want to go in alone? Are you all right?
I know my parents just now. She were simply too anxious. She should have calmed down by now. If you go in with me, that will get on her nerve.
Well, I'll wait for you here. Call me if you need anything.
Okay. Mom.
What are you doing here?
Mom. At that time, I had no choice but to—
It's all our fault for being poor? Listen to me, when we get the compensation, we give his money back. If you still recognize me as your mother, go and divorce him.
Mom, I can't—
You?
Mom, listen to me. That Paul Lennon, he was indeed my ex-boyfriend. But at that time, that's what happened.
My daughter, I have never thought. You've suffered so much that Paul Lennon, if he dares to come again, I'll kick him out.
Anne.
Dad, you're awake.
Old Reed, you're awake.
How are you feeling? Shall I call a doctor for you?
No need. Anne. I ask you, do you like that Charles Johnson?
Dad. I love him.
As long as he respects you and doesn't disdain us. Your mother and I both agree on this marriage.
Why are you here?
Your dad is sick in hospital as your in-law. Why can't I come and take a look?
Mom. This is Charles Johnson's mother, my mother-in-law.
Hello.
Hello. It must be hard work to raise such an excellent daughter. How do you feel, in-law?
Much better.
What's going on?
I told my mom. Your family didn't accept me. She volunteered to solve this for me. Moreover, she heard that your father was ill, insisting on coming over and visit him in person to show respect.
Why don't you go out first? Let's us the elders chat for a while.
What do you say? Will they have a fight? What do you say? Will they have a fight?
My mother looks stern. Actually, she is very gentle.
Gentle? Just like you?
Why do I feel like you're implying something?
Let go of me. This is a hospital.
It's not like I didn't see it. It's normal for a couple like a blazing fire and dry wood.
Charles, you go in with Anne and see her parents. I have something to do. I'll go first. Bye.
Much better.
Sorry I slapped you in the face before.
That's what I deserve. You are Anne's mother. Anne's mother is my mother. A mother doesn't need to apologize for beating a child.
Your mother-in-law told me everything. She said, on Grandpa's birthday, your marriage will be announced. Anne, you made the right choice. I hope that in the future, you'll still cherish her and love her.
Dad. Mom. You can trust me.
Paul. Please forgive me, Paul.
Get lost. I'm not a cuckold.
It is said that the Fu family had been screwed by Charles Johnson.
What are you trying to say?
I know why Charles and Anne got married so soon. Do you want to know? Do you want to know?
You mean Charles Johnson can only use marriage to get the Johnson Group and get the remaining 20% shares?
It is absolutely true. My dad told me himself, getting married so soon wasn't because of love at all. It was because someone like Anne Reed was easier to control.
Anne Reed? Let's see how long you can stay smug.
Charles Johnson did this, just to stabilize the company. My dad has already made his move. Just wait for a good show.
That's all for today's meeting, everyone. Is there anything else you want to say?
Mr. Johnson, I have something to say. I want to resign.
Reason?
I don't want to work for someone who puts his personal preference above the interest of the whole company to protect your secretary. You fired at your own will 2 important employees of the company. I feel that if things like this happen all the time, the company can hardly develop well.
Sorry, Mr. Johnson. I'm also preparing to resign. Me too.
Anybody else? Anybody else?
Isn't he anxious? That's impossible.
At a time like this, how could he still be so calm? He should have tried to persuade us to stay. Mr. Johnson, what do you mean by this? Are you mocking us, deliberately inciting everyone to resign together?
I didn't say that. VP Palance, you offered your resignation? I neither rejected that nor gave you the cold shoulder. Why are you so agitated? All right. For employees who just wanted to resign, when the meeting is over, go to the personnel department to complete the procedure. For employees with shares of the company, I'll hire a lawyer and deal with it properly.
Mr. Johnson, you can't do this. We just want to change your mind. I'm not meant to leave.
Is it because of her? Say something. Is that so? I fired 2 employees. All the assistants have their work schedule at the company. If you don't want me to fire them, then what you want me to do is to Send them to jail. If I remember correctly, one of them was your daughter. You're so righteous. Today, I hereby solemnly announce that Anne Reed is not only my secretary but also my wife. Those who want to leave the company today, I won't try to stop anyone. The meeting is over.
Do I need to resign for the moment? Anyway, we're not getting a divorce.
But I'm afraid I'll miss you.
We'll see each other every day.
But I want to see you. Every moment of my life.
But now, with so many senior leaders gone, will the company be fine?
Don't worry, I've already have plans. Uncle Palance was in the company for so many years. And he was once my father's helper for quite a long time. He definitely had his influence here. But he took a wrong step today, and I can take advantage of that, purifying his followers once and for all. In other words, you've helped me a lot.
Are you sure? Didn't you make that up just to comfort me?
I swear, if I tell my wife a single lie, I will be killed.
I believe in you.
What a jinx. I heard that for you. Charles had a big fight with the board of directors.
You've got a problem?
If you truly love Charles, you should quit as soon as possible. Don't cause him any trouble.
Do you think that even without me, Charles would love you? He's not blind.
You? It turns out that you're just up to something. All you want is Charles's money. Otherwise, in this situation, why are you still so indifferent?
You're right, but you missed a little. I also want his figure.
You? Shame on you?
Calm down, this chin prosthesis is going to be twisted with anger. You also do the double eyelid surgery, right? No matter how hard you keep your eyes wide open, you can't control the crow's feet either. Mindy, remember to take good care of yourself. I'm getting off work.
Are you sure that Anne Reed will be kicked out of the Johnson Group today?
I haven't been able to get through to my dad's phone yet, but it should have gone smoothly. Let's wait for her here.
She also has her karma. I'll treat her well later. Give her back 100 times the shame she has caused me.
Ah, look. This. Why aren't you holding anything in your hand? It doesn't look like he had resigned.
It is too late, isn't it?
Ah. You're off work so early?
All right, drop the act. You've been fired by the Johnson Group, haven't you?
I told you, no matter how high you fly, the falling will be as disastrous. How is it? Does it hurt? Why don't you? Beg me. Let me see if Johnson Group still has any job as a cleaner. I'll have my dad arrange it for you.
Or kneel down and apologize to me. After all, our Lennon family is not that easy to get in.
Didn't the two of you take your medicine, or you two were treated in the same psychiatric hospital? You're only good at talking, aren't you?
Your symptoms are starting to be the same? Without the protection of Charles Johnson.
Aren't you afraid that I'll hurt your family, right?
I forgot to remind you. Remember to cherish the days now, after all. Your father has lost his job. A NEET like you will also screw up too.
Lose job. My dad lost his job.
It was Charles Johnson who came to pick him up. What she said is true.
Impossible. My dad is the backbone of the Johnson Group. What?
This is the good show you are talking about, goddammit.
Dad, I heard from that bitch Anne Reed say that you were fired from the company. Is she lying? How is this possible?
It's all your fault. Otherwise, I wouldn't end up like this. Go home now.
Impossible.
Why don't you come down with me? It's so hot down there. What if you're exposed to the sun?
In the company, I'm just your secretary. Don't give me preferential treatment. Otherwise, I will feel that I am not good enough for you. The car outside could see us. The car outside could see us.
You're right. After work, you will be my wife. I'm not bullying you here.
On Charles Johnson. Wait a minute. I suddenly thought of Grandpa's birthday banquet. Should I prepare any gifts?
This one, I'd better buy it directly.
But after all, it's still yours?
We'll discuss it tomorrow. Your husband can't wait any longer. You're still bullshitting here.
Charles?
I promise I'll be done soon.
1 minute.
It seems that you have some misunderstandings about your husband, right?
How could your dad be so impulsive now? Even the only advantage is gone. This position is guaranteed to be fired one day.
Up until now, you're still just thinking about yourself. It's all because of you. That's why I end up like this.
Me? How dare you say that? Don't you hate Anne Reed? Isn't it always you who comes up with a plan every time?
It's me, but every time you participate, every time we chat, I have recorded. If the Walker family doesn't help my dad, I'll make the recordings public.
You.
Let alone the Johnson family. Other wealthy families probably wouldn't dare to take you.
Well, we still have one last chance to bring Anne Reed down. It is the old man's birthday banquet.
You said?
But this time, for the sake of insurance, I need Paul Lennon to cooperate.
No problem. I'll take care of Paul.
Mom? When did you come?
I've only been here for a while, however. You young people should be more restrained. Although, I am also very anxious to have a grandson, but you also need to pay attention to your health.
Mom, no.
All right, I understand.
Mom, is there anything you came to see me for?
You don't have to go to work today. Mom has applied for leave for you in a few days. It will be your grandfather's birthday banquet, you know that.
What do you need me to do?
As the eldest granddaughter-in-law of the Johnson family, you must show up with a stunning appearance. I'll take you to Haute Couture Studio today to try on dresses and choose styles. I've already picked one for you. If you don't like it, we can choose another one.
Thank you, Mom.
Mindy, you're so pretty. Mr. Johnson will definitely be amazed by you.
Don't talk nonsense. Although I have a good relationship with Charles, it's almost a matter of clarifying the relationship, but it is not good to be heard by others.
Good relationship. How good are you? Why haven't I heard of it?
Who are you? Why should I tell you?
Stop talking. I don't like this shop. Let's go to another one.
Why are you in such a hurry to leave? Do you not like it, or do you dare not like it?
Why are you afraid of her? We won't leave today. Who on earth is she? How dare she be so arrogant?
She is the secretary of Charles. She's closer to Mr. Johnson. We'd better not provoke her. Let's go.
How could a secretary possibly bully Mr. Johnson's future wife? Don't think you can do anything by being closer to Mr. Johnson now. When Mindy and Mr. Johnson get married, you will leave at any time?
Stop?
Say it. I really enjoy listening to stories she makes up. What a wild imagination. Actually, Charles Johnson and
I know. Your relationship with Charles is unclear. Even a small employee dares to come to a haute couture studio to buy clothes. You must spend the money of Charles, right? Don't worry. I won't make trouble for you. I just feel bad. Let's go.
It turned out that she's a mistress. Don't get hi-hat.
Stop there. Say what you just said again.
Auntie, I'm sorry. It was my friend who spoke without thinking. Hurry up and say sorry to Auntie.
Who is she?
Charles's mother.
Auntie, you came at the right time. There's a bitch here. I heard that she seduces Mr. Johnson all the time.
Who gave you the courage to speak up here? Is it her?
No, Auntie, it isn't me.
Did I ask you from the Walker family, right? If it weren't for the sake of Mr. Walker's face, you couldn't even take half a step into our house, stupid and evil woman. How dare you bluff here and insult my daughter-in-law? Even so, you have to ask me, Belle Johnson, agree or not.
Daughter-in-law?
Mom, forget it. Don't do it for this kind of irrelevant person. It ruined my mood.
Fuck off. If this happens again, I don't mind helping your parents educate you.
What's going on? She's not just a secretary?
No, she could only be a secretary. Let's go.
If you encounter this situation again, You must fight back fiercely.
Hey, Mom.
Anne, your grandmother comes to the city to ask for your father's compensation. She's currently causing trouble in the hospital.
I'll be right there.
What's wrong? I'll go with you.
Oh, everybody's you're too heartless, do you know? That Alvin Reed is at the age of marriage. That's your nephew. He borrowed some money from you, but you didn't even borrow it.
Mom, we really don't have money. The compensation has been used to treat the illness. Besides, Anne is about to get married. We can't just do nothing, can we?
If she marries someone else, she belongs to someone else's family. Fools only spend money on her. Can she carry on our Reed family line? When the time comes, you still count on your nephew.
Yes, Mom is right, I think. He shouldn't treat the illness anymore. Don't waste money anymore. I heard from your fellow countrymen who work with you. You've already taken hundreds of thousands.
Mom, we really don't have money.
The Reed family is talking. You shut your mouth up.
Mom, why are you hitting me?
Sister-in-law, Mum is right. When the men are talking, women should shut up.
Anyway, you must give me 200,000 yuan today. Otherwise, I'm not leaving.
Mom, daughter, are you all right, Dad?
What kind of bad behavior are you doing? Don't you know to greet us? When you enter, you sound like we're doing something bad to your parents.
Grandma, Uncle.
Perfect timing. Give me the money.
What money?
They want the money for your father's treatment.
Don't say that we don't have. Even if we have, we can't give it to you.
If you dare to hit me again, I'll call the police.
I hit my own granddaughter. Did I break the law?
Try it.
Who are you looking at this outfit? You look like a rich person. Come on, they lost so much money. Why can't they be more filial to me?
Did you hit her?
Yes. What?
Mom! Anne is still so young. She has to go to school. Just lend us some money. We must return it as soon as possible. Mom!
You little girl, don't go to school anymore. I don't have money to lend you?
Sister-in-law, Anne is not young anymore. Why bother going to school? What a waste of money.
Sister-in-law, don't blame our mother and my sister-in-law for speaking unpleasant things. A girl is better off getting married as soon as possible than going to school.
Have you forgotten what you did back then?
There were no parents in the world who weren't. The matter was over now. Your second uncle's son is getting married. I think you should stop treating your father. It is a big deal to carry on the family line.
Get lost. Get out, all of you.
How dare you, brother? You see, this girl still doesn't respect her elders.
Aren't you just asking for money while I give it to you?
300,000 yuan.
Didn't you just say 200,000 yuan?
You misheard?
It is only 300,000 yuan. Is it too little? It is only 300,000 yuan. Is it too little?
Yes, a little bit too little, but now everything has gone up in price. Otherwise, you give me 1 million yuan.
It was only 1 million. It would cost us several million to buy a flower pot at home, right?
Here's water, in-laws.
Ah, you are that bitch's mother-in-law?
If I don't want to give it to you, what will happen to me?
If you don't, I'll tie Anne Reed up and take her back. I won't let her marry into your family.
And?
I'll marry her to a moron in the village.
All right. I've recorded everything. I'll send it to the police later. This is extortion. Who should be in jail first?
Why don't we let Grandma in first? Didn't she say that we should not treat the illness? Money is the most important thing. Anyway, Grandma only had a few years left. Why don't we exchange her for money?
You heartless bastard. Give her the card. If you dare to let me in jail, I'll sue you all. You are also accomplices.
Too late. All of you can only be considered to have turned yourselves in, Mom. Let's make a call.
Don't. What do you want us to do?
Don't bother us again.
Okay. Remember to pay me maintenance on time in the future. Otherwise, I'll sue you all.
Well played.
Thank you, Mom.
In-laws.
My lovely girl, don't take responsibility for anything in the future. Remember to find Charles Johnson. I'm fine.
Are you ready?
We've done so many preparations this time. Dead without a doubt.
I heard that. Other members of the Johnson family are also unwilling for her to marry in. This time they should also take action.
Perfect. Who's next to Mr. Johnson? No idea?
Has anyone heard that, besides Mr. Liu's birthday, there is also good news for Mr. Johnson to be announced today?
Let's get started.
I'm going to the bathroom first.
Okay.
Before the banquet ended, don't let her out. If you want to completely seize the Johnson group, you have to ask the people in the family if they agree or not.
It seemed like Harry Johnson was right. There are really many people who don't want me to attend the banquet.
Why did you take so long? Where did you go?
A small accident happened?
Why did you come so late on such an important occasion today? Did you not take us old folks seriously?
She was just going to the bathroom. Are you going to meddle in this as well?
Dad, look. Charles is now being led astray by this woman. Now he talks to me with this attitude and doesn't even consider me an elder. I think in a while he will sever ties with the Johnson family because of this woman.
Waiter? I think you have no filter. Anne was just a few minutes late. You're still keeping talking and won't stop. I think you're instigating behind the scenes.
I'm doing this for their own good. Don't you think Charles is so good, yet he married such a terrible woman? I think, if it weren't for her beautiful appearance, how could she be worthy of Charles?
Uncle, I'm not good enough for Charles, but I will try my best.
Anne may be pregnant. It's our grandson of our Johnson family. Don't scare her.
Charles, what did you say?
Actually, we have been preparing for pregnancy all along. I mean, probably.
Ha 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 ha. Oh, Charles, it's all your fault. Why didn't you tell us earlier? If you had said it earlier, I would have let her go home and rest. I won't let her come over. Waiter, you're so old and don't get down to business. You just know how to stir up trouble behind others' back. If you talk nonsense again, I'll shut you out.
Charles, who is preparing for pregnancy, is indeed very scheming.
The Matthew family from London has sent a 1,000-year-old Ganoderma lucidum and wished the old master a boundless happiness.
The Walker family from Chicago has sent an inkstone of Southern Song Dynasty, and may the old master be blessed with eternal life.
The Palance family from Chicago has sent a Shubei Hong's authentic work and wished the old master a happy life.
Great.
Grandfather, This is my gift to you. Hope you like it.
Miss Reed, what gift did you prepare for the old master?
It's just a token of my appreciation.
So mysterious. Actually, I'm a little curious, Miss Reed. Can you open it and let us take a look?
It's not polite to open a present in front of a guest, is it, grandfather?
Charles, Miss Reed is about to marry into our family. It is just a gift. We're all family. Is there anything we can't see?
There are so many distinguished guests here today. My gift is not good. How about waiting until the banquet is over, and Grandpa opens this gift himself?
All right, do you not want to, or do you not dare to?
Miss Palance, you seem to know what the gift is?
Of course I know. I accidentally saw with my own eyes that you put something inside just now.
What the hell is that?
I think it's very likely that it's not a good thing.
This? Who dares to provoke the old master? Isn't that making things difficult for yourself?
Bitch. Let's see what you're going to do.
Can you tell me what's inside?
A pile of ancestor money. I don't know what Miss Reed has in mind. She wants to piss the old master off and then inherit the property of the Johnson family.
Since you're so sure, then let's open it in front of everyone.
Anne!
Mom, don't worry. Wishing Grandpa a long and happy life and long live.
That's impossible?
How could this be?
I don't know when and where Miss Palance saw me put the ancestor money you mentioned inside.
I may have misread it.
How dare you?
Old master. I'm sorry for the farce.
Anne, you're so considerate. The gift you gave me, Grandpa really likes it.
I think Miss Palance may have some misunderstanding with me, Grandpa. I want to go out and chat with Miss Palance.
Okay, what do you have to talk about? I don't want to be angry today, you go.
Hurry up and go out with Miss Reed. Remember to apologize. Be quick.
I'll tell you the truth. No, I'm not.
You want to say that Mindy Walker?
You know everything. Why did you hit me?
You deserve it. Shame on you courting death.
Anne Reed? You're just a bitch from a poor family. Why can you marry Charles?
Just because Charles likes me. Just because everything I have obtained is fair and above board. Not cunning and scheming.
You forced me to do this.
I've already taken the medicine. Are you done?
Can't be here. Let's go to the place just now. Mindy Walker will cooperate with us.
Great.
Why hasn't Anne come back yet? The engagement is about to be announced soon.
Mr. Johnson has searched everywhere, but he didn't see Mrs. Johnson.
Charles, I just saw Miss Reed and Paul go to the lounge next door. How could this be?
Fortunately, the engagement is not announced. Otherwise, the Johnson family will be disgraced. Charles, open the door.
Our daughter would never do such a thing.
I heard that Miss Reed had a relationship with Paul, maybe. Their love for each other had been rekindled.
What nonsense are you talking about?
Security! Open the door.
What's going on? Did something happen?
How is this possible?
Oops, I knew it. Our daughter would never do such a thing.
Where did she go? No matter who is inside, doing such a thing today is unforgivable. Open the door.
What?
Melissa, you?
Are so immoral. Security, throw them out.
Quick!
The banquet is about to end. Let's hurry up and announce the engagement.
Anne, what's going on?
Of course they are too stupid when they reviewed the plan. I heard it. Then I joined the plan.
So all of this was all part of your plan?
No, I just cooperated with them if I don't give them a chance. How could they have completed such a wonderful show?
Today, I'm very happy. First of all, thank you all. Come to my birthday party. Secondly, I have something important to tell you. I want to announce that, yes, my grandson, he was also the heir of the Johnson Group, Charles and Anne Reed are married. Congratulations.
What?
Charles, Anne, stand up and say hello to everyone. Hey!
Wait a minute. Hey, old master. Is your decision too hasty? Have you forgotten the engagement we made back then?
What's going on? Are they here to cause trouble? The man from Walker family is also not easy to deal with. Ah!
Walker, if you have anything to say, come down and say it,
It isn't that I don't give you face. Come down and let's talk about it. Everything is certain. What else I can say? In the business world, the most important thing is integrity. Let me ask you, the words from back then, does it still count?
Yes. Of course it counts.
Then who is this person next to you? Could it be that you want to marry two women? Brat! How dare you?
Uncle, if I remember correctly, you have an illegitimate child. Why don't you bring him home? If Mindy is willing to marry me, it is also a great help for you.
Dad, do you agree with me to bring the mother and son back?
Fine. You little rascal, how dare you humiliate us in public?
Back then, they only talked about uniting by marriage. Since he's an illegitimate child of the Johnson family, he is also a member of the Johnson family. How can Mindy's marriage to someone from the Johnson family be considered a shame?
You?
Grandpa Walker, if you have an illegitimate daughter or granddaughter outside the Johnson family, naturally wouldn't mind it either.
Granddaughter, let's go. It's not over yet. Tomorrow, you have to resign from the Johnson Group. Let's wait and see without the help of the bride. Charles Johnson, can he be the head of the family? He will beg to marry you in this position when the time comes.
Did I go too far today?
Do you want to be schemed against?
No?
Then there's no problem. You handled it very well.
But?
Tim took a detour.
The traffic in front at peak periods, the road ahead, has been blocked.
Tim parked the car.
It's too late?
Do you want us to die?
They are coming for me. Tim, if I remember correctly, you also have a sister who needs a heart transplant. I've already helped you. I found a doctor.
I'm sorry, Mr. Johnson. The car has been modified. The tank is full. The brakes failed. The car could no longer be driven. They had promised me to save my sister.
Do you also believe the words of a group of bad people?
Tim, listen to me. First, maintain a constant speed and advance.
There was a car in front of us. It's uncontrollable.
Charles. Charles?
And you woke up.
Mom, where is Charles?
Don't be so flurried, Anne. You're pregnant now, Charles's son. Charles? He's still unconscious. You slept for 3 days.
I want to see him.
No, my lovely girl. Okay. I'll take you there. I know you're sad. I'm also very sad. But now, there are only 2 paths to take. What is the first? I'll give you some money. You go back with your parents for the time being. When Charles wakes up, you come back again. Second, what I need is you. Come back to the company with me. and protect the Johnson family's property, your grandfather fell ill. After hearing the news, the father of Melissa, Charles's uncle, are all bad people. Moreover, the Walker family is also preparing to take action against the Johnson family now, Anne. I respect your choice, you know. Oh, you can choose anything you want?
I'm going back to the Johnson family. I can't let Johnson Group be destroyed, otherwise. Charles woke up. I can't explain it to him.
Ah! Nephew's wife is here. Oh, right. You're the secretary now, in the future. We need to cooperate more in managing the Johnson Group.
Uncle, don't you feel uncomfortable sitting in a position that doesn't belong to you?
Anne Reed, do you think that Charles can still stand by you? I advise you to be careful when talking to me in the future.
Well, then please get out. Johnson Group doesn't welcome you.
You're just a mere secretary. Do you really fantasize about being able to drive me away?
This is the agency agreement of Johnson Group, with grandfather's personal signature. From now on, I am the acting president of the Johnson Group.
That's impossible. No, it's fake. All of this is fake.
Tear it. What you are tearing now is only a copy. The formal notice is coming soon.
Is the old master crazy? Do you know how to do business?
It doesn't matter. Whether I understand or not, I've checked it before. Uncle's entrepreneurial record is less than 3 years, with consecutive losses and bankruptcies, and 7 companies losing billions of dollars, and all these investments come from the Johnson Group. If you keep pestering me, I will contact the legal department to deal with this matter.
Very good. Let's wait and see.
Charles? What should I do? Baby. Mom can do it.
Anne? You did a good job. I saw more Johnson leave.
Madam, right now, there was an urgent matter. I need you to make a decision.
Now, Mrs. Johnson is the president. Go talk to her.
The Walker family is collaborating with industry leaders from the Chamber of Commerce to hold a charity dinner. This week, the invitation has been sent over. The Walker family is coming aggressively. I'm afraid there's a big conspiracy this time. Why don't we hide for a while?
We can't. This is an open scheme. The Johnson family couldn't retreat now. Once there's any movement, they will definitely hit on the Johnson Group for sure. By then, Johnson Group's stock will definitely fall. They don't even have to do anything. We will lost. Holy shit?
Charles, I know you're a good child. I have no regrets marrying Anne to you. Oh, but now she's pregnant. So busy. Wake up quickly.
Madam? Charles's hand seems to move?
Really? Are you sure?
Hey, look.
Ah, it's real?
Doctor?
I'm still a little worried. Forget it.
Mom, don't worry.
Miss, please have a glass of champagne.
I'm sorry, can you get me a glass of juice?
Please wait a moment.
Ah, Mrs. Johnson is here. Why doesn't anyone say hello to you? It seems that everyone really has no hope for the Johnson Group anymore.
How about you come with me?
Even a bankrupt merchant is still richer than a pauper. Even if the Johnson Group do something casually, it can also be more powerful than your family. Where does your sense of superiority come from?
I know you are careful of Mindy Walker. I have already put the medicine in your cup. You took a sip tonight. Then you won't be able to escape. It seemed that Miss Reed is unwilling to accept your kindness. Let's go.
Is there something wrong with the juice just now? But I saw him pour it out with my own eyes.
Are you surprised? Do you think it's okay if you don't drink?
What do you mean?
Miss Reed, as expected, you were born into an innocent family to deal with the disobedient. Girls, there are many types of medicines. There is a way that as long as you lick a little bit on the edge of the cup, it can make people excited all night long. Besides, you took a sip.
How dare you drugged me in such a place? Aren't you afraid I'll call the police?
Go for it. You and Charles Johnson have already ruined my reputation. I'd like to see tomorrow morning's news all about granddaughter-in-law of the Johnson family. There is a group of men who have secret communication, gang rape with you. So immoral. In this situation, will the Johnson family give up on you?
Mindy Walker? You're crazy.
Do you think you can get out? There are many people hidden here that I have arranged. Everyone is waiting to see your alluring body.
Let go of me.
I can't say for sure that you will still thank me after tonight. After all, I've arranged so many strong and sturdy men for you. I heard that Charles Johnson has become a person in a vegetative state. I'm afraid he can't satisfy you anymore. Get in. Tomorrow morning, I've arranged reporters for you. The police will only catch you for group licentiousness I have tampered with. All the surveillance cameras here, they all want to have a sex with the woman of Charles Johnson. Could it be that it was made of gold? You're too naive.
Hello? Charles Johnson?
Stop putting on an act. Everyone knows Charles Johnson is in hospital.
Charles, help me. Help me.
Handsome guys. You can't wait anymore, can you? I'm here to send you gifts. Hey. Anne Reed. What are you doing? Open the door. How dare you do this to me? My grandfather wouldn't let you go. Open the door. What are you doing? Ah, it isn't me. You're mistaken. It isn't me.
You're so stupid. It's your karma. You deserve it.
I don't expect you to be here. So proactive. If I don't fuck you, it is really a waste. Ha 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 ha.
I didn't expect you to have recovered, but I remember I haven't sent you an invitation. You're not welcome here.
Search it if my wife is injured in any way. I want all of them to die.
What do you mean?
Hand over my wife.
What are you talking about? Come to me in the middle of the night to ask for your wife. It seems like we kidnapped Miss Reed.
If my wife loses a strand of hair, your Walker family's good days are coming to end.
How dare you?
Bring it on.
Stay there! What are you shaking for?
Mr. Johnson, I have nothing with it. I was also under someone's orders. Please let me go.
Where is she?
In the lounge of the entertainment area, it was. Mindy who took your wife away.
That's impossible. I advise you to tell me the truth.
Let's go. Close the door and continue to search?
Fuck off, don't come over.
Stinky bitch, I'll kill you. Ah!
Anne?
Charles?
Anne?
You're here? I didn't suffer any losses.
Cripple him.
Yes.
He didn't touch me?
No one is allowed to leave. Behind at the banquet today.
Yes.
Anne. It's okay. You're brave today.
He didn't touch me?
I know. It's okay. Let's go home. Don't cry. I'm with you.
If I had been drugged and don't have sex with a man, what would happen to me?
I'll help you.
Give me some water.
Get me a glass of ice water.
I'm uncomfortable.
You arrange for someone to take me and my wife to the hospital. You stay here and investigate. Let go of anyone who has nothing to do with it. You know what to do with the participants. Find out what happened, except for Mindy Walker. Is there any relationship with the other members of Walker family?
Yes.
Anne. Quick, go.
My husband seems to be here to save me. That's not right. He's in the hospital. How could this be possible? Dad. Mom. Charles, did he wake up?
Yesterday when Charles sent you back, your face is covered in blood, I asked him, but he refused to tell me what's going on.
I'm fine. Charles, he's really awake.
It's real. I just went for a series of checkups. Don't worry. Watch out for the baby.
Charles. Grandfather. He passed away.
Grandma, you must take care of yourself.
Grandfather has been in good health. Why did he suddenly pass away?
It's all you, who mess around all day. Now it's all right. He's gone. Look at Johnson Group. It's time to leave.
Johnson Group has nothing to do with you?
Sigh. How can they have nothing to do with me? This is the company, founded by your grandfather. You should give me some.
The second. Your dad just passed away. You want to divide the family property? Do you still have any humanity left?
Uncle may be really inhuman.
It's fine if my mom scolds me. How dare you scold me? Let's see what I'll do to you.
How dare you?
All right. You'd rather help an outsider, but not help me. I think this family must be divided otherwise. From now on, will there be room for me in Johnson family?
I installed a monitor in Grandpa's room. Everyone, do you want to? Take a look together.
You're actually installed a monitor in Johnson family. Look, this is inviting a wolf into our home.
After Grandfather fell ill, I'm worried that something might happen. So I installed the surveillance video in the bedroom. I can see him at any time. My mother-in-law also knows.
Yes, I know about this.
So, Uncle, will you say it yourself now? Or should we look at the monitoring together?
I didn't do anything. I just went in and fed my dad a little. Medicine that could wake the mind.
Well, well. I've really raised a cruel and merciless son. How dare you dod this to your father?
Mom, I really didn't do anything. How could you be so sure? I'm the one who hurt my dad, even in court. You have to provide the evidence, right?
All right, call the police then.
All right. At worst, I won't split the property. How dare you slander me for the sake of property?
Uncle, now it's not something. You want or not, I've called the police. You said you didn't do anything. Then I believe that the police will prove your innocence.
Well, you vicious little bitch.
Compared to Uncle, I don't deserve it?
Men.
So what if you've discovered it? So what? Let me tell you, you're finished. All of you are finished. Core secret, I've already handed it over to Walker family. All of you are finished. It's over. Ha ha ha.
Bastard! Why you do this?
Why, you and the old man favor the oldest son. Even if the oldest son died, you wouldn't give me the company. Instead, it was given to Charles Johnson. Why? Why do you think I'm looking? I'm your adopted child, right?
You are ungrateful? If not for Charles, Johnson family was already done?
Grandma, there was no need to talk to such a person. Take him away.
Let me go. Let me go.
The most important thing is that let's see how many secrets he divulges and how much influence they have on Johnson Group. Yep.
Johnson family had been doing business all these years, and they are innocent, without any problem, but there is a share transfer agreement that my dad made it for his classmate. For life-saving favor, he deliberately left his classmate 5 years of equity. Originally, no one cared about this matter. But later, this classmate had entered the National Confidential Unit. If this matter was leaked out...
The old man of Walker family came.
Please come in.
Sure.
Grandma, let me help you back to your room to rest.
I'd like to take a look here. What was Walker family planning?
Mom, don't worry, I am here.
Grandma, you need to rest now. You are our spiritual pillar. We can't let anything happen to you.
I should have waited for old Master Walker's funeral, but my granddaughter can't wait any longer. We're here today to inform you of a matter.
Mr. Walker, what advice do you have?
I can't say that I'm giving advice. I want my granddaughter to marry Charles.
Impossible.
My son, Charles, has been married. Wasn't old Master Walker forcing him to do so?
He can get divorced even if he has been married.
Why? I don't like this ugly woman.
Grandfather.
Will you marry her or not?
No.
You won't give up until you see the coffin. Do you know what I have in my hand?
Isn't it the equity transfer agreement?
So you knew about it.
I've already sent Johnson to jail? You're so old you don't want to be sent in jail together, right?
Humph. Don't even think about threatening me with these words. I know the importance of this agreement, even if I obtained it illegally. Do you dare to reveal half a word?
Don't do that, Charles. I promise I'll definitely treat you better than Anne Reed. 100 times. 10,000 times. And now the medical treatment was so advanced, if you really dislike me, then I'll just have an operation.
Long time no see, Mindy is still so confident.
Bitch. Your good days have come to an end.
Do you really want to marry Charles?
Of course.
The doctor said. Charles had sequelae after the car accident, physiological erectile dysfunction. You don't mind that?
Bitch. You still want to lie to me at a time like this? Of course I don't mind. I truly love Charles.
Since Miss Reed already knew about it, then be sensible. Get divorced with Charles Johnson as soon as possible. Leave yourself some dignity.
You're so old and you're still a thief. You steal someone else's things. How dare you threaten others to divorce? You and your granddaughter are really despicable.
You! How dare you scold me?
I think she's right.
All right. Granddaughter, let's go.
Grandfather, didn't you promise me? I'm not leaving.
Ah.
Wait. Although your methods are very cheap, it was indeed effective, I agree. I will divorce Charles.
No way.
And
Are you serious?
You know what's good for you?
Why did you agree?
Do we have another way? I don't want myself to become your burden. Rest assured, I will give birth to the child.
Why do you divorce after Grandpa's funeral after the divorce?
I want to see Grandpa off for the last time.
There was no compromise in my dictionary? I won't marry Mindy Walker?
I love you. Charles, you're too tired. If I leave everything to you, I don't deserve to be your wife. I just don't want to. They disturbed Grandpa's funeral. Did you think that I would give in so easily?
Please moderate your sorrow.
How was it? The taste of divorce is terrible, isn't it?
Fortunately, I was forced to divorce him. Instead of throwing him away randomly, the one who was not loved feels the most uncomfortable, right?
I don't want to argue with you now, after all. I'm the final winner.
Really?
Mom, I'll send you back to your room to rest first.
Wait a minute. Now, can you go and apply for a divorce?
I'm not in a good mood today. I suddenly don't want a divorce.
Bitch, you're kidding me.
So what? Honey, you don't want a divorce, do you?
Anne Reed, could it be that you really want to see Johnson Group collapsed?
The tree moves to death and the people live. With my husband's wealth, building another Johnson Group is not a problem.
Then I'd like to see it with my own eyes. How could he succeed again?
Wait a minute. Although my husband is very rich, but I don't want to see he worked so hard. So, I'll give you 1 hour to hand over the agency contract. Otherwise, you'll be in deep trouble.
Your trick doesn't work on us.
I'm not scared. Stop daydreaming.
What if I say, I got the surveillance that Mindy Walker framed me? Oh, by the way, that little waitress, she's also under my control. I could summon her at any time.
What could it prove even if Mindy framed you, but it didn't succeed?
Yeah, you're not muddled, are you?
Indeed, even if it proves that you framed me, it's useless. But if I knew, the manufacturer of that medicine is you, Walker family?
What?
Impossible. You're tricking me.
Believe it or not, that medicine, from raw materials to carbon dioxide, and to be transported abroad, I know more than these. If you think I'm lying to you, can you afford to bet?
Fine. Within an hour we will return the contract.
Grandfather?
Wait a minute.
What else do you want?
I have another condition. Please stop your disgusting business. Donate all the illegal gains.
Don't go too far, Anne Reed.
Well, let's go.
How did you do it? How did you do it?
Give me the cup. For his granddaughter, the old man of Walker family snatched my husband at the banquet. They frame me with that despicable trick. If you confessed what Mindy had done when Walker family loosened their grip, what kind of outcome would you have? Perhaps it wouldn't be excessive to kill you to keep your mouth shut. I'll take you to hide. Follow her. There must be some clues. There was a sample of the medicine on the cup. This was the test report, according to source of materials. I want to grow up too. I'll truly become your right-hand man.
You're pregnant so soon, no wonder Lewis was so nervous. I said, my leg, it was Charles Johnson who had interrupted them, and now I am disabled for life. Don't you want to say something?
What can I say? Serves you right, considering what you did to me. He didn't paralyze you forever. It was already his mercy.
Let's stop talking and leave quickly.
You're helping her too now, right?
I'm doing this for your own good. You can't afford to offend her. Let's go.
You? One more word and I'll beat you to death.
What an incompetent man. You only know how to be rude at home. I want to thank you. For that you didn't marry me.
Quick, call the ambulance.
What does it have to do with us, Mike?
Have you forgotten what happened to Walker family? Back then in Chicago, they were on par with the Johnson family. But now, in a few months, the stock price has already dropped. The business had been reduced by more than half. You'll only be courting death if you do this.
Hey, where are you going?
You want to die, but I don't want to die with you. I still have my family. Let's not contact each other in the future.
You want to dump me if you hadn't seduced me back then. I've been with Anne Reed for a long time. What the fuck does it have to do with you? I'm warning you, you can't go anywhere. Come home with me. Let's go.
You're awake? How are you feeling?
Where's the child?
Don't worry, my child is fine. But why did you fall down? Do you know that I'm worried about you?
I want to see the child.
The premature baby was still under observation. Please have a good rest.
It was Paul Lennon who did it. What are you doing?
It seems that the lesson I taught him last time is not enough. How dare he provoke you?
It's all my fault this time. I shouldn't have provoked him with words.
Is Anne feeling better?
Mom, I'm much better now.
Do you know that the girl of the Ford family, Melissa, stabbed that guy from the Lennon family with a knife when he was sent to the hospital? It's hopeless.
Let's stop talking and leave quickly.
You can't go anywhere. Come home with me. Let's go.
Someone like him. It was normal for him to end up like this.
Most importantly, the girl from the Ford family haven't been caught yet. Didn't you have a lot of conflicts before? We must be careful.
Is Anne Reed giving birth here? Hello, is Anne Reed giving birth here?
What is the relationship between you and the patient?
I'm her friend. I couldn't get in touch with her in a short time.
Sorry, it's not convenient for us. To revealing the patient's privacy, you can directly contact with the patient or her family members.
Why is it so familiar?
Mr. Johnson and Mrs. Johnson. Your friend came to visit just now, because he didn't get permission. She left first.
It was Melissa.
How long has he been gone?
Just left.
I'll send you back first. I'll ask my assistant to take a look. It's inconvenient for you to go out now.
And the children. No idea what could she do now.
Okay.
It's time to settle accounts. I'm here to change Anne's medicine.
Please wait for a moment. Are you arranging for a nurse to change Mrs. Johnson's medicine?
Yes, it was indeed time.
How did you get in?
I thought you would scream. I didn't expect you to be so calm.
Does screaming work?
It doesn't, because I'm already locked the door inside.
You are clever.
That's right. I was educated by people like you every day. How can I not be smart? Tell me, how do you want to die? Would you rather have your face slashed with a knife, or skinned and boned with a knife?
If you really want to kill me, you will not wait for me to wake up? Tell me, what is your purpose?
I just want you to die a miserable death. An unconscious death is too easy for you.
Then go ahead and do it.
Don't you resist?
Under such tight protection, you were able to came in quietly. You must have a backup plan. You killed Paul Lennon and ran away. This proved your desire to live is quite strong. But if you kill me today, do you think you can still walk out of this door?
To play with smart people like you is so boring. Let me tell you my conditions. 10 billion and send me abroad safely. In this way, I'll spare your life.
Do you think my life is worth so much?
Let alone 1 billion. Even if he had to, give in Johnson Group. I'm sure Charles Johnson will agree to it.
Okay. Contact Charles Johnson.
No way. You need to come with me to a safe place now and withdraw them all. If you give me a little hope, I'll have the courage to live. Otherwise, the two of us are going to fight to the death.
Come here, guys. Johnson is looking for you guys. There is something to do in the company. I don't need you to look after me. Hurry up and go.
This is where I've been living. All this time, how was it?
You can make a call to Charles Johnson now.
Don't worry. I just want you to experience more. This kind of life.
If you want me to feel tortured, you'll be disappointed. I grew up in the mountains. This kind of environment is nothing to me.
That's true. Then, have you ever eaten pig food? Have a taste. Give me 1 billion yuan and send me out of the country. I'll let your wife go.
I promise you.
I want to go to the toilet.
Hold on. After hearing what you said, I want to go to the toilet. There's no one here. Stay here obediently. Don't even think about escaping.
Are you alright? I wanted to rush in a long time ago.
What about her?
Someone has gone after her.
I told you a long time ago she would not give up so easily. Fortunately, she was looking for me, not the child.
I know you're smart, but don't take risks in the future.
Melissa was at her wit's end. She could do anything. We must catch her as soon as possible. Otherwise, I'm afraid that she would hurt the child.
Do you have any ideas?
She will definitely come looking for me. Put a positioning on me, I'll follow her.
But if
the bodyguards find out that I'm missing, no matter what the reason was, you have to be vigilant at the first possible moment.
You broke your promise, bitch.
To deal with people like you, do I still need to keep my promise? Remember, if it is possible, nourish your brain when you are in prison.
Bitch, you will die a horrible death. You'll pay for this?
Take her away?
I didn't expect time to pass so fast.
Yes, the news has come out. Melissa was sentenced to death.
This matter is over? There's one more thing waiting for us. There were still some mistakes in this document. Something needs to be modified, for example, here. Go back as soon as possible.
Miss Anne, Mindy is here.
Great. Take her to the reception room.
Yes.
Hello, Anne. I didn't expect you to rise so quickly.
You look good too. I heard you're engaged. Which famous family are you engaged to?
Bitch, you've touched on the sore spot. A talented scholar from a prestigious family is unworthy of it. It was the Tim family overseas, Tim?
Ah, young Tim, I've heard a lot about him. But I heard that. There's a lot of gossip of him, young lady. Pay attention after marriage.
Miss Reed, you don't have to worry about that. Didn't you say that you wanted to talk about cooperation? Please hurry up. I don't have time.
Mindy. Don't worry. We're all businessmen. For profit. I can let bygones be bygones.
No one knew that. In Johnson family there was an amazing young madam. Anyone who goes against her doesn't have a good ending. Melissa, you're the one who sent her in, aren't you?
You're too kind. I'm looking for you today. I want to cooperate with you about that batch of medicine. You're too kind. I'm looking for you today. I want to cooperate with you about that batch of medicine.
What are you talking about? I don't understand.
Stop pretending. We all know what we're talking about.
Johnson Group has always scoffed at that magical medicine. You come to work with me. Did Mr. Johnson know this?
Of course not. But I just entered the Johnson Group. I need to make some achievements to stand firm. After thinking about it for a while, you're still the most suitable one.
Why should I promise you?
It was difficult for a single tree to hold on. If you were on the same boat with the Johnson family, I believe it won't be long before the Walker family would reach the peak again.
I can't make the decision on this matter. Let's go back. I'll discuss it with Grandpa.
You should do that. Take care, Mindy. Goodbye.
Hey, why are you here today to drink tea with me?
I'm not afraid of you laughing at me. I was wrong this time. Had I known this would happen, I would allow Mindy to be my daughter-in-law.
Oh, what's going on?
That's probably what happened. That girl was very ambitious. She actually wants to control my Johnson Group. Where's Charles? He dotes on her a lot. He is willing to give everything to her.
It is easy for these people who climbed up from below to feel unsatisfied.
Yes, but it's a pity that she had a child now. I can't do anything.
Yes, Mindy is engaged. We, the Walker family, can't go back on my word.
I'm just complaining. Otherwise, I'll suffocate, haha.
I know, I think it's better to find an opportunity in the future to kick this girl out of the house.
Okay. I have something else to do today. I'll take my leave first. Thank you for today.
It's not troublesome at all. Take care.
Grandpa, Anne Reed wants to cooperate with us to make that kind of medicine. I didn't agree. I wonder if she set up a trap.
You did the right thing. It seems that Grandpa can leave it to you.
Should we cooperate with them?
Cooperation.
Where's the information I want? Have they all been brought here?
Don't worry, this time the startup funds are so good. Are you sure that Johnson Group will support you?
I've transferred all the liquidity I can spare from Johnson Group to the new company, don't worry.
It was just as Grandpa had said. You are ambitious, however. You are too eager for quick success and instant benefits? Great. Let's sign the contract first.
Where's the information I want? The information of the entire production chain.
Is all here.
Indeed, it's much more detailed than what I've investigated.
This is the sincerity of Walker family.
Take a look at the contract.
What do you mean? Wants to go back on the word? Don't forget your current situation. In Johnson family, this is a good opportunity to turn the tables.
When had Johnson family ever oppressed her? She had dominated Johnson family for a long time. She didn't need to use the dirty means of Walker family to turn over.
Charles, you know?
Of course I know.
What do you mean? You collaborate to get the information. You want to produce on your own? To steal our business?
You're half right, we've joined forces, but we don't want to produce. I believe Grandpa Walker now should be under control. Once you walk out of this door, you would be arrested immediately. Is there anything you want to say now? Say it.
How dare you? Don't forget my agreement. Our family has a source of income. Once it is exposed, to your Johnson Group it won't do you any good.
Honey, come and tell her.
I'm sorry, the uncle who was in charge of the shares resigned a long time ago. He should be now, on vacation on one island.
Bitch! Must you wipe us all out? I'll fight you to the death.
I just don't want so many people to be killed. You think you're standing on the top floor and you can do whatever you want. Your garbage medicine once got out. How many innocent girls would be trapped in a vortex? Wait for trial? Let's go.
Finally, everything is over. It's time to give you a wedding.
You got in the car first and then filled in the tickets, a monthly salary of 100,000. When will you give me the money?
Was 100,000 yuan enough? I'll give my entire body to you.
Mr. Johnson, quick, go take a look. There were a few people outside. They've already quarreled.
You don't know that? I raised her up how difficult it was. I gave all my retirement money to let her go to college. She had grown up now. She didn't even tell me that she got married. I am an old woman. If I see it on the news, I don't even know until I die. Oh, you tell me, why did I raise this granddaughter?
How could this be? This was too much.
Yes, I heard that Cinderella to marry into the rich family. If all of this was true, then I think she's an old witch.
Don't talk nonsense. Everyone from Johnson family was present.
What are you afraid of? It's freedom of speech in the press?
Mom, don't be sad. Anne hadn't come back to see you for 5 years. She must be too busy with work.
Did you hear that? It's 5 years.
Grandma, what are you trying to do? What are you trying to do?
Miss Reed, is your grandma telling the truth?
Miss Reed, you should understand that the grace of raising is greater than heaven. Are you afraid of your background will affect your marriage with Mr. Johnson?
You're right. The grace of raising is greater than heaven. But she didn't raise me.
What did you say? How can you say that, you heartless thing? I might as well kill myself here.
Since you cherish your life so much, you definitely won't die. Say it. What is your purpose of today's visit?
Is this how you treat your family? Does Johnson family dare to marry you?
We've been married for a long time. The wedding ceremony was just a make-up. It turned out that our family liked Anne very much.
Don't be angry, Anne. Your grandma is here today. She just wants to attend your wedding. What purpose could she have?
Yeah, we even brought you some eggs from the countryside.
Isn't this just looking at so many bags?
The label of the country eggs had not been torn off? What supermarket did you buy it from in the neighborhood? Didn't you ask me? Would I be afraid that my past will influence me to marry Charles Johnson? Let me tell you, I'm not afraid.
What?
This is my father, this is my mother. I can grow up. It's all thanks to my parents. I admit that my father is a coolie, my mother is a country bumpkin. These things, Charles Johnson knew them from the very beginning. I didn't hide anything at all. My family, my mother-in-law, my husband, all of them can testify for me. Grandma, did my dad pay your living expenses on time?
That was what he should do.
Then why you come to me? I am just your granddaughter. Emotionally speaking, from the moment you occupied our land and you rushed our family of 3 out of the village, I have no feelings for you anymore. Logically speaking, I don't have the obligation to support you either.
What, expelled?
Is this for real? If only it were true. This old lady really can't make people sympathize to her.
That was because, you wicked girl. Don't think that you've married well. Then everything will be fine, don't forget. Your child's name is Johnson, your second uncle's younger brother's child. Is Reed family's. The Reed family is your real source of confidence in the future.
Your younger brother is your backer in this era. How could there be such?
The patriarchal thinking, the things Miss Reed have said seem to.
All true, Mom.
Stop. What am I afraid of now that we're at this point? I don't care to lose my face. You must give me 1 million yen today, otherwise I won't leave.
I will sleep at your door every day, Mom. You've gone too far. You clearly know that. Today is Anne's wedding day. What you're doing
will make her very uncomfortable. You've grown up, no, I think. Now you are turning your back on them. Have I never given birth to you? Since you want face, love face, then give me the money quickly.
This was too shameless, this old lady is a barbarian.
You're willing to stay, then stay even lying on the ground? But let me tell you, this was a formal hotel. Someone will definitely ask you to leave.
Ouch! Ouch, ouch, you must pay for my medical expenses. Otherwise, I'll call the police.
Are you all right?
All right. I won't give you a penny, do you know that? This is called blackmail. Since so many reporters and friends are here, your every move has been recorded.
Miss Reed, sorry, what happened just now was too subjective. I've called the police for you.
Thank you. Grandma, if you don't leave now, the police will deal with you. That's more like it. Right, my fellow journalists, I heard that. All of you have been spreading rumors recently that the one who offended me are all dead or go to jail. Let's try not to spread this matter.
Yeah, I heard that the Ford family had been executed. Paul Lennon is dead.
You're talking about the past. Do you know Walker family? Old Mr. Walker has a serious crime. He had been locked up in jail, and his granddaughter is already inside jail too.
Grandma? Today, for my dad's sake, I can let you go. If you dare to provoke me again, I don't know what I will do.
Mom, run!
Anne Reed, do you take this man as your husband? Whether poor or rich, regardless of health or illness, you will love him, take care of him, respect him, and take care of him until the end of life.
I do.
Charles, do you take this lady as your wife? Regardless of health or illness, poor or wealthy, you will love her, take care of her, pamper her, accept her until the end of life.
I do.
Are you willing to testify for their marriage?
I am willing.
Who married Anne Reed to Charles Johnson?
Anne Reed is willing to marry Charles Johnson by herself. It represented the family's blessing.
In the name of God, I solemnly swear. accept you as my wife. From now on, regardless of poverty, rich, sick, healthy, I will always love you, cherish you, until death.
The groom can kiss your bride now.